I am banned from Amazon. Yeah, I'll tell you what specifically I was banned from doing on Amazon on this episode of the Boston Rob Show. Welcome. I am Rob. Am I? It's been a long pandemic. It's been like one long fever dream. And I'll get into what Jeff Bezos banned me from doing, and more importantly, why he banned me from doing it in just a minute. Some of these ultra wealthy guys are wicked sensitive. First, I want to go over something. It's important for you to know that I love and I take pride in reading and leaving customer reviews. I mean, isn't the world just one continuous review of each other? The internet is. It's basically just everyone reviewing each other. Reviewing is an entire industry. Rotten Tomatoes, unboxings on YouTube, and remember Netflix used to have like the starred reviews where you could actually write something about the movie? It was so good for finding good movies, and it was even funnier to read the ones on bad movies. In fact, I believe that's the reason Netflix is now only allowing thumbs up. What kind of total dictatorship is that, Netflix? Your only option is a thumbs up? Jesus. Talk about being sensitive. Just let people review stuff. People make a living reviewing things. Go to the bottom of some reviews on Target or Amazon. You'll see. At the bottom in like green, it's usually highlighted. This was a promotional gift in return for a review. And if you go to kids' YouTube, it's littered with toy reviews. Some people make an entire career out of reviewing. Then there are those who hate reviews. I know I worked for a guy who owned a business that hated Yelp, which I gotta say, you're suspect. Some business owners may claim that reviews are fake. Yeah, here in New England, everyone is crabbier than the rest of the country, but reviews can hold valuable insights. So these owners that need to have control over everything, but they can't control the critics, they might call foul. They might say, oh, it's all fake. They were paid to leave a bad review. Give it a break. There might be some fake ones, and we'll get into that, but what I'm discovering more and more is wealthy guys have a hard time handling criticism. Overall, isn't reviewing like a very valuable tool? I mean, there are do you, if you're going to look for something to eat, do you not look at the reviews? Come on. I like eBay, where the community is basically centered around establishing yourself and your reputation with reviews. I always try to leave honest feedback to help others. In fact, on Amazon, I was getting tons of helpful review emails. Like, your review, this many 600 people found helpful. The only inaccurate reviews that I appreciate are the ones that are clearly comedic and hilarious. Like when Bob Kraft, remember when he got busted in the sting at the Orchid of Asia massage parlor in Florida? Google had to shut down the review section for that massage parlor because it was getting bombed with hilarious reviews by people just trolling it. So there are some occasions where, yeah, people are just trolling, but that's not the majority. It's really not. Other than hilarious reviews, which I don't leave, though I wish I was good at doing that, I take reviewing very seriously. So I take some pride in that. And on Amazon, I had a stellar review record. I'm telling you, I got so many. I could bring up the emails of this. People found your review helpful. I never once got an email. I never once got an alert, got a notification, a citation. I don't know what Amazon calls them, but I never got one for breaking community guidelines. Just like on my eBay account, which I've had for decades. Decades of reviews, and I've never had an infraction. I don't know, what do you call it? A review ticket? I don't know, but I've never had it. But all of a sudden, Jeff Bezos bans me from reviewing without cause. There was no cause, no 3 strikes are out. There was no warning. There was nothing. In fact, when I went the road of like, hey, why is my account banned from reviewing? No one could cite anything. They couldn't send me stuff. They couldn't, bring up anything. They were like, I don't know. It shouldn't be. And that was the answer. But I'll tell you why he banned me from reviewing. Because over the course of a week, Amazon had delivered a bunch of my packages to other people's houses. Which, in 2022, how does that happen? Does Amazon not provide GPS in these vans? I don't get it. Do they, like, are these people so concerned with going to the bathroom they're just delivering wherever so they can hide their truck and poop in the back? How does Amazon not give these people GPS? It got so bad that I had to install security cameras at my house just to show these people when they say, oh, your package was delivered at 3:02. I go, no, I got 2 security cameras and there is nobody at my house at 3:02. And I had to prove this multiple times. So I would call Amazon to say, you said you delivered something and you didn't. And at the end of those phone calls, I would talk to their employees about unionizing and how helpful unions are for better pay, overall treatment of the employed, and you don't have to relieve yourself while on duty. You actually get that break time. I think that's what unions fight for, right? Break time to go poop. But after about 3 calls talking with Amazon employees to unionize, at the end of that week, when I had made those calls, I went to review some product. I get these emails, hey, if you liked it, review it. And I like to review things so other parents, other people, whatever they're buying, they can have some insight. Because Amazon, it's such a Russian roulette of products nowadays. You don't know if it's just some third party, some weird sellers, some unofficial account. I mean, it just is really the wild west again of the internet on some of these Amazon products. But at the end of that week, when I went to go and make a review, my account was banned. So I obviously immediately made a phone call, said, hey, why am I banned? Can you send me some reasoning? I have 0 emails, 0 community guideline broken thing. I just had nothing. There was nothing that they could provide or nothing that I was alerted to. Like, hey, you better watch out. Your reviews are so helpful. We're going to have to just ban you. Like, what? Is that it? Or was it that I kept calling and talking to them about unionizing? So there was nothing that they could hold me accountable for. But in all this, I want to share a little trick with you. You know how when you call someone and they answer, the customer service answers and says, for quality assurance, this phone call is being recorded. And you go, okay, and then you just get into it and you put no thought into it. You can use that as a person too. If somebody calls you, especially a company or someone you don't want to talk to, and you got to record the call app on your phone, just when you pick up, say, for quality assurance, we have to record these calls, okay? And if they go okay, then you can record them. That's a little trick I picked up in the trade of dealing with these asshats. That when you call them to get some help, they say, well, we got to record this call or we can't continue. So they force you. They give you the no choice. Do you want the help? Because then you got to be recorded. You don't really get an option. But you can do that too. So next time somebody calls you, whatever it may be, a customer or just a family member you don't like, you can pick up and just say, this call is being recorded for quality control, quality assurance. Are you okay with that? And if they want to talk to you, they got to say, okay. That's what these companies do. Just a little trick I learned from them. So I wanted to share that with you. So Amazon with no proof banned me. Now, I don't think this is an infringement on my free speech or whatever some Looney Tunes might say, but I do hold issue with Amazon having ground rules, then bypassing them just to ban me. And if you want a great way to help with social change, take some action, maybe you feel helpless right now, you're like, well, what can I do? I could tweet, I could leave a review. No, you know what you can do? Call Amazon for no reason. It doesn't matter if you don't buy anything from them. You just call Amazon and just say, I'd like to speak with you about unionizing and the benefits of unions. And you can just talk to their employees about it. Their employees get a little shook up. You could tell like they've been coached. If somebody calls about unions, you got to back off. But as a customer, as a paying customer, you can call. There's no laws that say that you can't call and just talk to them about the benefits of a union. Maybe you're in a union. Maybe you just care about workers around the world and you don't want them relieving themselves when they're on the phone with you. You don't want them pooping in a van and then handing you a box, especially in a pandemic. My God. So if you want to make some social change, you want to take some action, if you've been feeling helpless and you don't know how you can contribute, maybe this is a great way to do it. I know that once you start getting banned and blocked, maybe you might be on to something. So maybe this is a good idea. Maybe the people at Amazon, their employees, don't know about unions. They don't know the benefits, the protections, the afforded time to go poop not in the back of a van, to actually use a real restroom. Maybe this is the way. If we each and every one of us called Amazon to talk to those customer representatives about forming a union and the benefits of a union, maybe the world would be a better place. I mean, Jeff did thank his customers for sending him to space and buying that stupid cowboy hat. Least we can do is tell his employees they could get paid better. And if Jeff doesn't want us talking to his employees about unionizing, why doesn't he make that a rule? Why doesn't it say that on Amazon? When you call, you're not allowed to talk to anybody here at Amazon about unionizing. Maybe is that illegal? I don't know. I truly don't know if that's illegal. But if you're going to ban people from talking to your employees about unionizing, then make it a rule. And once I called the first time, because I definitely did it at least 3 times. And if you had emailed me after the first one and said, listen, I listened to your call talking to my guys about unionizing, I'm giving you 1 strike. At least I had the heads up. I would have done it way more than just 3 times, but at least now we're clear. I didn't know you were so sensitive about that, Jeff. When I heard you thanking me for sending you to space while your employees were pooping in the back of their delivery trucks, I didn't know you'd be so upset when I was like, oh, we should let them know if they start a union, they might not have to poop right in between deliveries handing me my boxes. So if that upset you, or if it just upset you seeing Jeff thank his employees and his customers for sending him to space and buying that stupid cowboy hat for him, then take some social action. You can be the change. Call everybody at Amazon, tell them to start a union, and they don't have to relieve themselves while they're on the phone with you, or right before they hand you a box. Good God. If Jeff can afford to fly to space, he can afford to pay people for potty breaks. Seems like common sense to me. Thanks for listening to the Boston Rob Show. Share this with a friend. Share this with the employee of Amazon. Share this with Jeff Bezos before he blocks me and bans me. Geez, a lot of these powerful, wealthy guys. Joel Osteen just blocked me. I'm sure I'm banned from his church, why? I love Jesus. You know what the weirdest thing about Joel Osteen is? Nowhere in his social media does it say anything about Jesus. If you read his Twitter bio and his other bios, you'd think he was like a life coach. It says stuff like, helping people live their best life. Really? I don't remember Jesus saying that ever, but okay. Seems like when you question these very ultra wealthy, I hesitate to call them rich because they're just wealthy people, when you question them, they get so bent out of shape they just want to make you quiet. You suspect. Thanks for listening to the Boston Rob Show. Make sure you share this with those powerful, wealthy friends, if you have any. Peace. Oh, one last thing. If you're going to make a purchase, try buying from eBay. It's people like you and me selling stuff most of the time. There are corporations on there, but a majority of the people are just users. They're local people. And I mean local as in like my neighbor could be across the country. They're still my neighbor. This is just one big community. And if you can find that same stuff on eBay from just an average Joe or Jane, is that what it would be? Joe and Jane? An average Joe or Jane selling that stuff, support them. I don't know if it made you sick to your stomach seeing Jeff Bezos laugh maniacally while thanking us for sending him to Mars or wherever he went, but doesn't seem like my money's going to a good cause with them. I would highly recommend eBay. They're not paying me to say this. I prefer to choose eBay and support other local people who maybe just running a store out of their house or whatever. So if you can, buy local. Use eBay. Thanks. Peace.